This video is going to be a continuation from the video that I did yesterday about this rifle here, the Umarex StrikeForce. First off, I want to say that two viewers basically sent me replies stating that this muzzle device can be removed, and I will say I did attempt to remove it, but dumb me was trying clockwise when it's counterclockwise, and I should have known that, because I mean I did replace this muzzle device on this R1. Actually, I think the only one that's missing from here is the MPW. I don't have that. I didn't really feel like it was necessary for me to buy, being that I had, you know, the R1, the DPMS, and the AP4, and the ST1. I didn't feel like it was necessary for me to actually buy another one, which is pretty much the same thing, which all of these basically have the same internals. But it was also brought to my attention from one of the users that this one uses a different color blowback seal compared to the rest of these. We'll take a look at that. So first off, I'm going to turn this counterclockwise, and there it is. You can see it, plastic threads, but it is removable. So definitely incorrect on that one. So I'll go ahead and thread that back on. Now for the disassembly. Make sure it's clear. Of course, the rear is captured, the front is not. And you know, unlike these rifles here, you can actually do a captured pin for the front. I did a video on that if you want to see that. Unfortunately, you will not be able to do it on this one. Just there's no meat here for you to put a detent into it. Get this apart. And as you can see, my front pin is captured on this one. I only did this one and not the other two. But as far as the lowers, that is what they look like. Pretty much the same thing. As you can see, and also for the recoil or the buffer, pretty much the same thing. Same paddle releases or bolt release. As far as the upper, now on the Crosmans, you can take the bolt completely out and the charging handle. Unfortunately, on the StrikeForce, you cannot completely remove the bolt and charging handle. The only way to do that is, it looks like to me, you would actually have to take the screws out and split the halves. But other than that, pretty much identical. As one of the viewers stated, the blowback seal on this one is blue. He stated that after, didn't state how long he used it, but this actually wore out If I can find the bolt here for the, this one is actually green color, or yeah, this one's green. Let me go ahead and put these back together. But as you can see, basically the same thing. Again, I've gone over the magazines in the last video. The only issue with these magazines, of course, so far that I found is the spring and the follower bonding. I have 3 of these magazines. All 3 of them are doing the same thing, but only one of them I have a real issue with. I haven't taken it apart yet, but I'll get to it. Also, the same viewer who replied to me about the seals and this one going bad prematurely also stated that the seal in his magazine went bad prematurely also. So don't know what's up with that. I believe him, but again, I've only shot this rifle one time, the first day that I did the video, so I don't really know too much about how the longevity is on this rifle. I will say that out of all of these rifles, the one that has the most use is my R1 and my white ST1. But I will state that as far as shooting all of these, this one was my favorite until I modified my ST1, my black one. So kind of the same on these two. I really enjoy shooting this one and this one. But now that I have this one, outside of the few issues that I've had with it, as far as all magazine related and the extremely heavy trigger pull, which I will get to now. I don't have my trigger gauge, but roughly about 6 pounds on this one. A little bit heavier, mainly because, you know, I've only shot this rifle once or twice. This one here has a lot of use on it. About the same as this one, you know, 5-6 pounds. The ST1, try that again. A little heavier, maybe 7 pounds on that one. On this one, even heavier. This one right here is probably 7.5, 8 pounds. But like I said, I don't have as much use on this one as I do this one. But next thing, getting to the ST1s. You know, Crosman, from my understanding, is coming out with a black ST1. As far as I'm concerned, that's great, but they still really haven't gone over or addressed or fixed what I consider the major flaws with this rifle. Number one being the charging handle, or lack therefore of, which is why I actually made a charging handle for my ST1. And 2, they're bringing a new ST1 out black, but they're still using this garbage magazine. Don't know why. They should have just went back to the standard magazine. Now, another thing going over between these two magazines, as far as the this one is far more superior when it comes to velocity over this one, but this one is more reliable than this one from what I've seen so far in a little bit of time that I've had with it. But I really do like the velocity that's coming out of this magazine. So I'm really, before I get too ahead of myself, this black ST1 no longer uses this magazine. It uses this magazine, which to me personally is what Crosman should have done in the first place. But you know, they do what they do. But now that this magazine is far more superior in performance than this one, I'm actually considering modifying this ST1 again to take this magazine. Of course, it's not going to fit up in there, but I can make that happen, and I'm more than likely going to convert this rifle to use this magazine over this one because it's giving a lot higher velocities than this one is. And also, I think that you know, this one being curved, I mean, it's cool, looks cool, but with it coming out more straight, I think it would look better. Let's see if I can, since it won't fit in there, but to me, I think that would look better than this one. But that's another story. I'm going to get to that. That's another story. I'll show you that when it's done. But anyway, I just wanted to go over some differences between this rifle here and the other ones that I have laying out here. I really do like this rifle. You know, I just don't care for this magazine being so difficult to insert. Now it is becoming easier the more I use it. And I'm going to tackle that. I'm going to fix that because I just do not. I'm going to make it to where this magazine drops free when I press that button, because I don't like fighting with magazines to get them in and out. I shouldn't have to. So I'm going to address that. First off, more than likely I'm going to shave off this side and then clean this up a little bit to the point where when I press this button, this magazine just drops free. Because right now, this is my biggest gripe. I mean, yeah, I can get over the follower loading it, but my biggest gripe with this rifle right now is the insertion and removal of the magazine. So I don't know, a lot of information in a little bit of time. I'm not an expert at this, but I just wanted to go over this comparison between this one and these a little bit more in detail. But next I'm going to do a little shooting, and that'll be it. First off, I'm going to start off with the AP-4. Next up, the R1. The ST1 And lastly, the StrikeForce. And I must say, I really do like the feel of this rifle. Actually, I like the feel of this rifle more than all of these. So, and the velocity difference between these other rifles is absolutely insane. I mean, can you hear that? I mean, it's just, this is a hot rifle for a BB rifle. I mean, in yesterday's video, almost 500 feet per second. Truly surprised. Come on. But again, trigger pull absolutely sucks. Truly the clear winner over all of these. Truly the clear winner over all of these. This rifle, yes, it has some issues, but it is far superior than everything else here. So, and I'm empty. Press the button. Yeah, that man. Worst thing about this rifle, but I'm gonna fix that. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Oh yeah, I am definitely converting this rifle to use this magazine. It's gonna happen.